This is Mental Wellness in the Modern World. Our mission is to connect biblical and psychological principles to better understand ourselves and the world around us. In a time when chaos is loud and pressure feels constant, peace isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. Mental wellness isn't just about surviving, it's about finding clarity, strength, and meaning in the everyday. This is where honest conversations happen, where healing meets truth, and where you're reminded that you're not alone. Hi, I'm Eleni Lobene. This is Benison Kingdom Network, and thank you for tuning in to Mental Wellness in the Modern World. So today, one of my children had a play date and had over two other kids, and I was folding laundry in my bedroom, and I overheard this conversation going on in the hallway. And it was something about being preppy or identifying as preppy and what that meant. And this one child said, "What does that mean? What does it mean to be preppy?" And then the other two were like, "Oh, don't worry about it. Like, you're too young to know." And I'm thinking in my head, like, the age difference between these kids is maybe 2 months. It's like completely ridiculous. So at first I was going to come out and discipline them for being rude. But for some reason, it came over me to make a joke. So I popped my head out from behind the door and I just said, it kind of sounds like they don't really know what prepping means either. And all three girls just started laughing hysterically. And I don't even think it was a funny joke, but I think it was just this moment of tension where all of a sudden there was an escape, and that escape was like an open door that they walked through. They all kind of probably were uncomfortable in the situation, but it gave a moment of relief. And that's the beauty of humor. And in psychology, psychologists have actually studied humor, and it's essentially a great way to escape awkward situations and to make light of difficult circumstances in life. And it's something that can be really instrumental in building social bonds, in releasing stress and tension, and in some cases, attracting other friendships and relationships. So humor plays this really important role in the human psyche. And it also is something that is referenced in some ways in the Bible. So there's actually many, many references to laughter in the Bible. The verse that you probably have heard the most is that laughter is good medicine, or a joyful heart is good medicine, and crushed spirit dries up the bones. That's from Proverbs. And it's referencing this need for lightheartedness and how that's good for us. You think about, often people say colloquially, it's better to laugh. If I don't laugh, I'll cry, right? And I think God knows that we need this relief and has built this into who we are as people. And so, and there's verses that say, there's verses about your mouth being filled with laughter. Let your mouth be filled with laughter. There's a time to weep. There's a time to laugh. Basically, laughter, humor, joy is a balance to when we experience the harder times in life and the sadder times and the more difficult times. So we can learn to leverage and appreciate humor as a tool to be able to foster relationships and help other people navigate relationships too. And it's one of those things that can be a little tricky to develop, and you have to learn how to walk the line because you don't want to be offensive. Humor can become very offensive. But when you can use that element of surprise or wit to dissolve maybe a stressful circumstance or lighten a situation that might be a little bit tricky, it's an excellent way to make people more comfortable and to navigate tricky or difficult conversations. I'm Eleni Lobene. This is Benison Kingdom Network, and thank you for tuning in to Mental Wellness in the Modern World.